Karibu.
I was still wondering if that was me, you know, they were introducing. What a great joy to be alive. What a time for us as young people to be champions of the Africa that we want. The desire that we have as the senior citizens is to make sure that we inculcate in the minds of the young the diseases of the old. If you don't know what killed your father, it will kill you also. You are your ancestor in the present. What they were in the past, you are in the present. Make yourself the subject of your own study. Because when you know your history, you will be able to manipulate your present and champion your future. No, you don't hear me. If you want to know yourself and the diseases that are in you, go back and study your fathers and your mothers. When you hear that your father had cancer, your mother had fibroids, your aunt had high blood pressure, your doctor knows that. That's why they ask you, do you have a history of? Is this in your bloodline? But we cannot only be talking about bloodlines when it comes to sicknesses and diseases. Have you stopped to think that genius, intelligence, royalty, healing is also in your bloodlines? So your DNA is not only about your weaknesses. Your DNA has something to do with your strengths also. And if you don't know what is in your past, you will never know what is in the present, and you may never understand what is in the future. That's why I always say men are connecting cables, connecting the past and the future. That's why they walk around with cables that are hanging between their legs. They are connecting two spaces of history. And women, therefore, are the incubators that cause the invisible to become present.
Come on.
I don't know if you are hearing me, guys. All ladies, lift up your hands. You are sacred grounds. You are history makers. You are history relivers. That's English. You are able to take from the past that which I have not seen. How do you know that you love a man when you can see your children in his eyes? You love that man. And women, when you look at us, you ask yourself the question, can I duplicate this? Can I multiply this? Can we have more of this? You are therefore the incubators, the very center of life itself. We do these matches, we do this re-establishment conversations around the Africa we need. Because sometimes some of you may think that you're unmarketable, but you're unmarketable because you don't know how big Africa is. I was with my Ethiopian friends yesterday. Where are they? Where are my Ethiopian beautiful queens here?
They're here.
Come.
He wants.
Come. Come, one on my left. The other, where's the other one?
She's coming.
Come. And you find that one on my left, one on my right. And you may find that these young ladies are still single, but they are single in Ethiopia. If I should take these single ladies into Zimbabwe, come on guys, will they be single by sunset?
No.
So we limit, the One Africa concept is not just an idea where we are saying we want Africa to be united. We want some of these beautiful faces to market themselves beyond the confines of their own borders. Who amongst you men, come on guys, all men that are here, who will not want a child from here?
Beautiful.
Who will not want a child from here? But when you reduce your worldview You may think that you are unmarketable, but Africa gives you the bigger space. Think, when you're under the table, you can only see what is underneath the table. When you're on top of the table, you can see what is in the room. When you're on the roof of a house, you can see what is around the yard. But the higher you go, the broader the horizons, the broader the potential. By the time you're on a satellite 5,000 kilometers into the sky, the whole world becomes your oyster, and it's in your hands. We want one Africa. Ask me why? We want one passport.
Yes.
One passport.
One passport.
From Cape
Yes.
to Cairo.
Yeah.
We want one Africa. Ask me why?
Why?
We want one currency.
Yes.
From Cape to Cairo.
Cairo.
We want one Africa. Ask me why?
Why?
We want one army that can stand to protect our borders from the enemies that are coming from far. We want Africa. Ask me why? We want one stock exchange where our minerals and resources can be consolidated. We want one Africa. Ask me why?
Why?
We want cultural exchanges, and we stop fighting one with another, and we look at each other's brothers and sisters. We want one Africa. Ask me why?
Why?
We don't want 54 presidents that are making noise, converting our national budgets into family budgets. We want one Africa. Ask me why? We want one educational system, so that when you are qualified in Senegal, you can work in Congo, you can work in Zambia, you can work in South Africa, you can go, and you don't have to go through boundaries of limitations. We want one Africa. Ask me why?
Why?
So that we can have a seat on the World Security Council. 1.4 billion people are not represented. But 289 million in America control the rest of the world. Who said we are nothing? We want one Africa. We want our own medicines. We want one Africa. Because when we look in the past where we are coming from, we are not weak people. We have an illustrious history. The kingdoms of this world have been built on our knowledge. Look at the pyramids of Giza. Look at Carthage. Look at Aksum. Look at Benin. Look at Great Zimbabwe. Look at the temples of Ethiopia, where the Bible itself has been plagiarized to give us a white man as our savior. But the history is right here. Europeans from today onwards don't call them colonizers, call them parasites. Say after me.
Parasites.
What are they?
Parasites.
They have no civilization except stealing what belongs to us, and they consider it is theirs. We come for this beautiful cultural integration. And before you leave here, have the numbers of everybody that is here, especially you that came to see me. Let's have the first WhatsApp group of the Africa that we want.
Yes.
And we all carry one message. We are brothers and we are sisters. Your country is a province. Our country is Africa.
Yes.
You didn't hear me?
My country is Africa.
Your country is Africa. Where you are now, it's a province.
Of Africa, yes.
So tell your presidents when you go back home, they are all illegitimate. Say after me, they are all
Illegitimate.
Ask me why?
Why?
Because by saying you're a president of a country, you are saying so on the premise that you are legitimizing the Benin Conference.
Oh no.
It is not you who said Kenya stops here, Tanzania stops here, Uganda stops here. It is 14 white people who are sitting in Benin Conference discussing you in your absence. Your president comes today and says, I'm a president of Kenya. But who told you where Kenya starts and where Kenya stops? By legitimizing our presidents, we're legitimizing Benin Conference. Berlin Conference is legitimized by our political boundaries. I say we start off by decolonizing our minds. Decolonizing our minds. You saw me a few days ago when I was standing in the border of Burkina Faso and Ghana. And literally, it is between one block of cement. You this side, you are in Ghana. And this side, you're in Burkina Faso. And the white man put this thing here. So when you plant here, where are you planting? You sleep in the kitchen, you go to the bathroom in another country. How does this work? And we idolize ourselves. Where do you come from? And we mention these countries. But I think you as the Gen Zs, you as the young people, you as the people of the 21st century, we needed to walk back into these historical spaces and undo what the white man has done.
Yes.
It will not come from the top. It starts with you.
Yes.
It starts with you.
With me.
It starts with me. How do I look at you? How do you look at me? In conclusion, that's why we say in Zulu, when I'm greeting you, Sawubona. Say after me.
Sawubona.
One more time after. Sawubona. And Sawubona is not, I see you. No, I see those that are with you. I see those that have been together. And after they were together, they made you. Therefore, you are the true representation of that which I cannot see. I don't respect you. I respect those that are standing behind you. For without them, you would not be. And therefore, your presence is the ultimate presence of those that I cannot see. Therefore, I don't honor an individual. I honor the history which incubates their presence with me. Therefore, to respect, it is not singular, it is plural. I see you. I see them in you. And when you walk around town, you have no time for enemies. When you look at me, see them. And when I look at you, I see them. Welcome to 2026 Africa Union. Oh, thank you.
Sawubona.
Thank you. Happy Makofi ya Maponga.